Okay, so I'm gonna journal my loss I took today. I wasn't going to journal until a little later in the day, but it does look like my day is over. Um, just because I am once again dealing with an issue on Top Step not working. Uh, Here I go trying to sign in, and what do you know? I can't get into the platform. So sadly, it was working and up for me to enter the first trade that I took an L on. And if I wanted to re-enter and potentially have a break-even day, I cannot do that. So that's unfortunate. Um, Not the first time Project X has had issues, and it's honestly starting to piss me off. It would be one thing if they gave us an alternative, and I could decide I wanted to trade on TradeOvate on TradingView, but there's no alternative. So I'm stuck on a shit platform that they forced me to be on. So I will not be trading with Top Step in the future, but I do have 3 Combine accounts still with them and a funded account that I'm trading currently. So I kind of am still tied to them and can't really do much about it. Um, but eventually, when I have to re-up some new accounts, I will not be using Top Step. Anyways, I digress. Daily didn't really give us too much today. I came in today being bullish because we obviously inversed this giant 4 hour, um, and we were and still are respecting a 4 hour fair value gap here. And there's really no, at least on the 4 hour, you'll see here, no other 4 hour fair value gap to come into lower. So realistically, we should bounce from here if we're going to continue to be bullish. We do have these equal highs on NQ. Now this will come into play when I discuss my first short, but we have an SMT here because on ES we took these equal highs. On NQ we did not. So if you're bearish, you could use that to your advantage, saying, well, we had an SMT at the highs, so technically we could just fall from here on NQ. Anyways, the 1 hour, you'll see inside of a 1 hour fair value gap. And I also marked up this 1 hour unfilled just because it's an unfilled fair value gap and somewhere we could head if we decide to be bearish for the day. As you can see right now, we're just chopping, which is understandable because Thanksgiving is tomorrow and the week is essentially over. I won't be trading again this week with Thanksgiving being tomorrow. Definitely not trading Thanksgiving Day. And then Friday after Thanksgiving, I doubt it's really going to give us much. I'm just going to take the rest of the week off. But that being said, there was a 1 hour unfilled here, 1 hour unfilled here that I had marked up just in case we decide to be bearish, potential targets. But again, we're respecting this 1 hour as we were respecting this 4 hour, inversed a 4 hour bearish fair value gap. So I was bullish, and coming into the day I was. But my big, what's the word? Like the inflection point of today, the candle that was really going to show us what we wanted was going to be this 15-minute/5-minute candle that I was looking at, but more so the 15-minute. And what we did on the 15-minute was we ended up sweeping this high and we did not close above it. And that was a big telltale sign to me that we're most likely not going to just continue pumping today. If anything, we'll go back into the range or we'll continue lower. Right now, we're kind of doing both. We're going lower, but also ranging at the same time. It's slowly going lower. That being said, when I noticed that, I was looking for any fair value gap in the leg here that I could potentially look for an inverse on. And you'll see we got this 4-minute. And on Top Step, for whatever reason, Top Step X does not give us the 4-minute chart. Another flaw. So when I trade the 4-minute, I'll just put a horizontal line on the exact entry point for a limit. I'll do that. I'll put that there on Project X chart so I know where to enter once the 4-minute closes. But anyways, we inversed with this candle. This candle held at first. It was looking pretty promising that we were going to inverse with this candle, obviously with how far low it went. And you'll see we added just more liquidity here, right? Like number one, we had this 15-minute unfilled, which was my final TP target. But on top of that, we had a bunch of liquidity here, right above it, low resistance liquidity, right above the 15-minute fair value gap. So the target was very promising, and entered on the 4-minute with a limit, stop above the high, targeting essentially 1-to-1 at the 15-minute fair value gap, like I just said. Break even would have been, I mean, realistically this low, or maybe even this candle's low. I don't know which I would have done. More conservative would have been this, obviously, but I probably would have done this low here, which is very close to my take profit anyway, but that's honestly the only break-even point. That makes sense. And as you can see, I got stop rated. Always a good time when you have the right direction. You just ended up getting stopped out first, which is, it's part of the game. It happens. I wish I was able to re-enter for a short now, but let me see. Yep, still not working for whatever reason. So then I was looking after I got stop rated, and I saw this 4-minute, another 4-minute. And I was obviously in a perfect world, we get a limit fill. Didn't happen, but I was willing to enter with a market entry if we traded back to here, which was a 1-to-1. We didn't even do that. We just completely dumped. So it left without me after stop rating me. Really just fun all around. I'm honestly glad that tomorrow's a holiday and I won't be trading the rest of the week because I don't know. This put a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest with you. I was on a bit of a losing streak before this. Got a win on Friday. Felt a little bit better. This is just not fun when this happens. If you're going to stop rate me, at least give me a chance to re-enter. I mean, fuck. But anyways, I digress. That happened. It is what it is. And then I was looking to hopefully re-enter off of the 5-minute here, right, for continuation short. Now, granted, we were holding this 15-minute, but we didn't take London low yet. And obviously, with that sweep above and the reaction we had from that sweep, you could make a very good case for shorts. And so I was hoping for this 5-minute continuation. Highest time frame fair value gap in the leg was this 1 minute. Obviously, there's 2 here, so entering off of the lowest one for shorts. And I would have been in this trade. It does look like I would have gotten stopped out break even though. We'll see how this candle closes here. But it does look like, because obviously my break even would have been at this low. Well, maybe not. We'll see how this ends up playing out. For my mental sake, I hope it would have just been a break even, because if I missed this trade because of technical difficulties and it ends up being a win after I took a loss, that would be annoying. So let's watch this hit my break-even point together, please. Thank you. Okay. So this would have been a break-even trade anyway. Glad to see that. So yeah, but the 2 trades above here, right, both in the 4-minute, just didn't end up working out for me. Obviously, I had the right direction. We ended up dumping right after I got stop rated, and we ended up dumping too fast because I couldn't get a re-entry. So that is the trading day for me. That's the trading week for me because I'm done trading the rest of this week. Yeah, that is really that. I'll be back testing, not tomorrow because it's a holiday and I'll be with family, but Friday I'll be back testing instead of live trading. Before testing too, see what's going on, but that is about it.